Communities across the country are still recovering from a series of natural disasters this year. That deep freeze last winter in Texas, Hurricane Ida, wildfires in the West, and now the deadly tornadoes. They all caused widespread destruction. But in some cases, the real extent of the damage isn't realized for months or even years. After these disasters strike, toxic mold can grow and spread throughout homes. Left unchecked, it can create a disaster of its own. Here's CNBC's Contessa Brewer.
A walk in the park is a blessing for the Bear family, who survived a house of horrors.
I started getting migraines that I didn't understand. And if I look back, I was telling doctors, I feel like I've been hit by a truck.
Christina Bear, an attorney, says she felt all kinds of weird symptoms over the last few years. Rashes, dizziness, forgetfulness.
I wasn't super sympathetic. I sort of said, hey, we run hard, we have careers, we have young kids at home. Just deal with it, which was not a great response.
But then Christina fainted, and doctors found a tumor. Their children were having tantrums, mood swings, and even developmental delays. Teachers began asking questions about an autism diagnosis for their youngest son.
He was melting down for at least an hour a day, every day.
The Bears consulted so many doctors and therapists and experts looking for answers.
When we started getting these test results back, just the light bulb was going off that, oh, we're all in this house that is making us sick and literally was killing me.
Doctors concluded the Bear family was suffering devastating effects of toxic mold, made even worse during the pandemic, working and studying at home.
The entire time that the Bears lived here, due to improper flashing around the chimney stack, and so it was leaking water into the wall that no one could see.
Experts determined improper construction and a faulty roof repair on the Bears' Austin home led to moisture in the house. That fed the poisonous mold, spores blowing through their vents. After those mold tests, the Bears immediately fled this house, little knowing the financial hell they were about to enter. So far, mold has cost them $1 million and counting.
Almost none of those things are covered by insurance.
And every year, thousands of Americans find out they're living with toxic mold, often the exposure making them very sick. Experts find it in public housing, in schools, and even in the homes provided to military families.
There's no documented safe amount of mold. What is clear is all of these health consequences seem to be an interaction between molds and other things that grow after water damage.
The Bears feel fortunate they had the money to move and to get treatment, though it has cost them their life savings. And it could take the rest of their lives to recover physically from years of mold exposure.
And so the long-term question that all 6 of us have to wrestle with is, given that we were in this house exposed to this for 8 years, for the twins for their entire lives, what is the long-term impact on our brain? And we just don't know.
When Christina Bear couldn't find lawyers experienced enough with mold to take on her case, she decided to start a law firm devoted to just this kind of mission. She launched it this week, and Shep, she tells us her phone has been ringing off the hook.
Not surprised. You know, if people suspect they might have mold in their own homes, what do they do?
Look, we talked to expert after expert who said, first, you have to find an inspector who is independent from the contractors. In other words, they don't have a vested financial interest in whether diagnosing mold in your home. And then you hire another contractor who's certified in mold mitigation, meaning they have lots of experience in going out and cleaning this stuff up to come in and look at your house.